Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to Cheese Reads. You can call me Cheese. Hi. It's very nice to meet you. It's very nice to see you. And welcome to your general energy reading. So this is going to be, please excuse me while I fix my hair. This is going to be a general reading for you, yes? For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. This is not going to resonate for, all of this is not going to resonate for everyone. Also, this is timeless, okay? This may be being released at a certain moment in time, but time is an illusion and energies are fluid. So whenever you end up watching this reading and it resonates for you, regardless as to when it's been published, then that's the message for you at that time, yeah? All right, Aquarius. There is a serious somberness to your energy right now. And it feels like this might be slightly out of character for you, personality-wise. This isn't typically who you are, at 111 on the counter. This isn't typically who you are, but it just feels like there's a kind of a cloud hanging over you. Some of you may be processing family issues that you've been dealing with. Some of this somberness may come from certain realizations that you have made about certain family members, whether they are still here with us or whether they have passed. For some of you specifically, they have passed already, and so there's a level of this to like not really. Not being able to change anything, not being able to do anything differently, say anything differently, approach anything differently just because the person has passed by now, okay? We get that element. But also, we want to say comfort yourself in this by trying to understand or accept that fact that even if they were still here, there probably would have been very little that you could have done to change the situation. 222 on the counter. And quite frankly, Aquarius, it's not necessarily about changing the situation. And that's, I feel like, where you may be getting tripped up, because Aquarius is very much about revolutionizing, revamping, remodeling, or just creating something new that would be of benefit to individuals, that would be of benefit to society. Okay. And interesting. Virgo energy is coming up now. Amidst all this Virgo energy, you are having trouble actively making any sort of meaningful change. So during Virgo season, which quite frankly is a very long season. I study true sidereal astrology, so that changes things. It takes into account the axis of the planet, which has shifted since traditional astrology was put into place. It also takes into account the actual sizes of the constellations. Virgo's a big bitch. Okay, the sun is in Virgo technically from the end of September all the way to the first half of November. All right, so especially in terms of when I'm going to be publishing this, you are watching this in a time where either we are still technically in the Virgo season of the sun being in the constellation of Virgo, or you're watching this later. And if you're watching this later, meaning after we've gotten out of Virgo season, it was during Virgo season that this was probably put into your face. Now, here's the catch, Aquarius. It was put in your face at this time. You're seeing it. You are starkly aware of it. And you want to make some sort of action, you want to enact some sort of change, but it doesn't mean you have to do it right this second, right this minute. Think about it this way. What if this was just a preliminary, like, high sign, like, whoa, hey, this is what's going on here, right? Maybe this was just a time period for you to become aware of this, so that now as time moves on, you can work on some sort of solution. 444 on the counter, okay? I feel like, because Virgo energy is heavily influencing this for you right now. So somebody here is having some sort of Virgo activation. Okay. Maybe you have a strong Virgo placement that is being activated right now, or transited upon right now. Virgo is also sixth house. So maybe you're having a sixth house activation. Okay. And because this is definitely giving strong, heavy Virgo energy, but that's because of the element of service that is involved here. Okay. Wanting to be of service, divine service, serving your divine mission. I'm also hearing divine union. Now, Aquarius, you yourself are very much about that. Okay. You and Virgo share this affinity for being of service. For you, Aquarius, it's a lot of revolutionizing, and liberating individuals, and freedom and personal freedom, individuality. Okay. Expression in that individuality, which is interesting because then there's an affinity with Leo there too. Fire and air. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just following the energies as they're swirling around me. Let's get into cards here. We're going to start with the Oracle deck for you. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What's going on for Aquarius at this time, please? What's going on for Aquarius at this time? Compassion. I really want to encourage you to try and have compassion for yourself at this time, because I feel like somebody here is really struggling with the fact that they just can't seem to figure it out. It's okay. You don't need to figure it out right now. All you really need to do is be aware of this energy and feel your way through it at this time. Okay. What do we got for Aquarius? Kindred. Okay, buddy. All right. That's enough. No need to bark. Thank you. Kindred is the first card. Aquarius. What's going on for Aquarius? Interesting. All right. So, Aquarius, you have Kindred, Sprite, Enchant, Cheer. And then your overall energy is Embrace. Now, if you've noticed here, you got a lot of happy-go-lucky, just magical, fun, childlike, a playful, expressive energy here in these cards. Kindred, Sprite, Enchant, Cheer. And remember, I was saying in the beginning, I feel like this somber energy, this isn't you. But I understand why you're somber. And we'll probably get some specifics when we get into around that, when we get into the tarot. But for what it feels right now, it feels like you're going through a deep realization of something. You're becoming starkly aware of some new elements in the energy, new energies in the system. And you're having trouble dealing with it. And it's kind of dragging you down. You're kind of losing sight of who you really are. Because now I'm seeing Empress energy in my head. So like you naturally are very abundant when it comes to this playful, happy-go-lucky energy. It's this bubbliness of you that helps keep things afloat. You know what I mean? It's like the carbonation in a soda that keeps everything up and happy, Overall energy here for you, Aquarius, is Embrace. So here's the kicker. there's something that you need to just embrace. And I really hope, I'm pretty sure we're going to get the specifics of this within the tarot, but I'm hearing, I literally just heard, you're going to have to let it go, honey. And that's where the embrace energy comes in. You know, you have to, there is something about a situation that you're just going to have to embrace, which means you're going to have to let go of something else, maybe some sort of resentment, bitterness, desire for revenge or retribution. Maybe a belief system, a belief about a certain type of person, or a belief about a certain way of life, or a belief about a certain form of expression, something like that. And it's difficult for me to suggest that, just because I know I have certain things in certain ways of life, of thinking, of being in my life. Well, actually, I've gone through this lately, that at one point in life I thought pretty negatively about, you know, and yet it was still something that was being expressed through me. So it means that I was negatively judging myself for such behaviors or whatnot, whatever. But then later on in life, eventually, as I got a little older, I mean, I'm only 38 now, but you know, as time has gone on in this frame of mind, in this viewpoint, I've matured, and the way I think about it, the way I see it, has completely changed, because I let go of those negative beliefs and just embraced it, and embraced it with intentions of seeing it differently. And it completely changed my thinking. It completely changed my vibe. It totally changed everything, and it's better for it. So Aquarius, I feel like that's what you're going through here. I literally just went through that, like not a week or two ago. I went through that process of taking the action steps to approach this part of my life differently than I had in the past. And it completely opened everything up way more than it ever could have been, because I was closing it off myself with the beliefs that I held about it, which weren't necessarily true. They were literally just the opinions of other people from the outside looking in. I mean, you can't really know anything until you've danced with it yourself. You know what I mean? Like, so how really do they know? That's my point. How do they really know? So therefore, it's just an opinion. It's hearsay. It's not until you get into the situation, experience it for yourself, 13 on the counter, that you can actually speak on it. Okay, Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. We're going to clear up this somberness for you, I promise. I mean, I don't like it for you either, but, you know, it is... Yeah, and air signs. I kind of talked to Libra about this too. Well, I haven't done Libra yet. Why do I feel, oh my goodness, that's funny. Who, Gemini. It wasn't Libra, it was Gemini. Thank you. I talked to Gemini about this too. You know, air signs typically are kind of like weird when it comes to emotion. It's like, well, wait, what's that? Wait, what's that? I get it. Of course, I'm on the opposite side. I'm all cupsy. Have a grand water trine, so yeah, I know water, I know emotions, man. Woo! All right, Aquarius. Let's get into this for you. What's going on for Aquarius, please? Knight of Pentacles. All right, good. Step by step, inch by inch, mile by mile, you will get there. You're patient, and well, Aquarius, you're the fixed sign. Gemini is the mutable sign. Libra is the cardinal sign. Aquarius is fixed. Yes. Okay. So this energy isn't hard for you anyway. this persistent step-by-step, pace-by-pace energy. Some of you might be feeling a little bit anxious. Okay, I do feel that. So, okay, this is, for some here, this is a reminder. You want to take this slow. Okay, you do not want to rush anything. Okay, you don't need to rush anything. So this Knight of Pentacles here is a reminder that you don't have the answers to the problem. Great. Maybe you're not supposed to yet. Why don't we just like cross that bridge when we get there? Because it's not like you can't come up with a, and see, that's part of the problem too. It's like you're not able to come up with an answer, so then you're judging yourself, and then you're saying what, and then it just spirals into this like all this negative self-speak, and no, that's not even necessary, because maybe you're just meant to feel your way through it right now. Or from a logical point of view, Aquarius, maybe you're supposed to see something in this that will allow you to make a better decision, that will allow you to pinpoint more of the truth, more of the facts. Forget the emotion. Okay, what's actually going on here? Maybe this is a time for you to really pay attention logically and be honest and truthful and balanced as much as you can, so that you can be observant as to what's actually going on here. 1616 on the counter. Okay, cool. Aquarius. Whoops. 7 of Swords. Tactfulness. 9 of Pentacles. Aquarius. Ooh. Aha! There she is. I told you I was seeing the Empress. Okay. Actually, I'm going to put her down here. And so your overall energy actually is the 10 of Cups. All right, Aquarius. So you need to be moving in the shadows. All right. And it's not that you're planning anything. 1717 on the counter. It's not that you're planning anything. It's not that you're trying to be deceitful. Absolutely not trying to be deceitful. You're just trying to be discreet. And it's mainly because you want to be the one watching on the outside looking in. So you don't really want to add anything to the situation that may disturb it. It's like you want to pull back a little, Aquarius, just enough so that your energies aren't influencing the situation, and just watch how that situation develops from there. It's not like you're gone, but you're being discreet enough to like really pull your energy away while still being present, so you're not alerting anybody to the fact that you've disappeared. No, you're still there. But they don't realize that your energy isn't influencing this situation. So you're just standing there looking in, watching how they move, and gaining some sort of information, because some sort of communication. Okay. 7 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. You're gaining some sort of clarity through this. Now, for some of you, this is a self-individualizing type of situation, where in you pulling your energy away enough to not be influencing the system and being able to see yourself independently of this situation, that is also going to clear up a lot and get you a lot of answers and clear a lot of space for you to move forward with. Okay. You have 2 Leo energies supporting you here. Okay. And there is a strong affinity between you and Leo. You're both fixed signs. Hi, I'm a Leo. We're both fixed signs, and oxygen fuels fire. So we are combustible. So we can be, anyway, but you have Leo energy supporting you here in the King of Wands and the Sun. So this is really a time for you to be as independent as you possibly can. All right. The Sun is behind you. This is a good time for you. This is a auspicious time for you to really seek the proper window of opportunity, the proper doorway, the proper path forward. Okay. The sun is at your back here. And then finally, of course, you have the Empress, which is your reminder of how abundant and strong you are. Just because it isn't happening now doesn't mean it never will. So just because you may be experiencing a pause or a stall in the energy, because okay, the Knight of Pentacles can represent a bit of a stalling energy too, but it's not intentional in this moment. This is a purposeful pause for you to analyze the situation and see what comes next. How do you want to move forward next? I'm surprised we don't have the Seven of Pentacles energy, but we do have the Seven of Swords, so it's that 7 energy that is represented here. Okay, you have the 10 of Cups, and then you at the overall energy, and then you have Death underneath that to the Moon. Wow, the Sun and the Moon are showing up, and the Devil. And the Queen of Cups. All right, so you're going to have to dive a little bit into emotion here, okay? In saying that, I just heard it's a little more logic-based than you think. Okay, the Devil. All right. Devil, the Queen of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. See? Okay. Way more logical than you think. I'm hearing somebody say it's way more logical than you think. Okay. So maybe it is that the Cups energy, the emotional energy here, has been used as a manipulative energy for some sort of toxic situation. And this very well could be family. Okay. Okay, I get it, Aquarius. So maybe that's why you need to, and maybe you are pretty well emotionally adept, Aquarius. I apologize if I offended anybody in saying otherwise, but maybe you are, and maybe that's the point. Maybe you're a little too emotionally invested, and you need to pull your energy away so that you can see how this energy moves outside of your influence. And it needs to be like logical, like you need hard proof. I'm seeing King of Swords energy type now, but that is you, Aquarius. You are represented by the King of Swords in the court cards. But yeah, okay. Maybe because the 7 of Swords here is your first card, so this is the strongest energy. And it's a logical card because it's 7. I'm sorry, because it's a sword. All right, so that's mental energy, communication, logic, facts. Okay. Well, I'm interested in seeing how this develops, Aquarius. So we'll come back to this probably in about a month's time. The takeaway: slow and steady wins the race. All right. You don't need to rush this. What you don't know now, you don't need. Okay. What you don't know now, you will know in the future when the appropriate time is right, when the time is ready. I understand that you're restless here, but also that is part of your strength training. 333 on the counter. Anytime I see the 333 synchronicity, I always think immediately, I think of being playful with the universe and playing along with the universe. Okay. So that, I think that's what you may need to really do right now, Aquarius. Play along and see what information you can gain from it, because it's going to be worth it in the end. Okay. I love you. Mwah. I'll see you later. Bye.